As you guys know, Paige VanZant left the UFC to test free agency and signed with Bare Knuckle Boxing. She is currently set to face Britain Hart in the main event of BKFC 16. At the press conference, she revealed that she would be making approximately $400,000 for a fight.
No, I think it's important to just look at, my fights, and I'm tough. I'm here for a reason. Again, in the UFC for 6 years, getting paid 40 and 40, and now I make 10 times that doing what I love. So I'm obviously not going anywhere. I'm very happy fighting here. I'm excited to fight, and this is what I love to do.
Recently, Nate Diaz sent a message to Dustin Poirier. He posted this on his Twitter saying, "NDA Soldier 170 pounds, come get you some of the real." Tony Ferguson responded back saying, "All you do is bitch out. You don't want no squabbles from a real fighter. 170 pounds or 155 pounds. Sit down and shut the F up, casual." A 3-round lightweight bout between Jim Miller versus Bobby Green has been targeted for UFC 260. Jim Miller is coming off a unanimous decision loss to Ving Paschal, and Bobby Green is coming off a unanimous decision loss to Thiago Moises. A 3-round featherweight bout between Arnold Allen versus Sadiq Youssef has been targeted for UFC card on 10th of April. Arnold Allen is coming off a unanimous decision win over Nick Lentz, and Sadiq Youssef is coming off a unanimous decision win over Andre Fili.
Another day montage. Today weather is a little bit worse, my friend. Anyway, good country, windy and cold, but we did it.
The people that don't be wearing their masks are the ones that look like they got COVID.
Matt Serra in the UFC Unfiltered podcast gives his thoughts on how Conor McGregor handled his fight with Dustin Poirier.
The way he handled this fight with Dustin was interesting. It was, I don't think it hurt it, but he was very friendly throughout, very respectful. You rarely see that at him. You saw that somewhat with Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
And it didn't make a difference in the performance. He was performing well. He knows how to fight. But it is interesting though, because the mindset of being locked in that cage. What I found interesting was it's not just being nice throughout, but when Dustin got in the octagon, ready for business, Conor went up to him and gave him like a pound. Did you notice that?
Yep.
That I felt that stuck out to me. That for whatever reason, you have to be. There's a certain part that you need. In your mind, you have to be able to go to a dark place. You have to be, I feel, a little savage in there. Because at the end of the day, you could call it a sport, which it is, but it's the fight game. It's the hurt business. And it takes a certain mindset. Like, I don't know, you even heard Dana talking, he showed up for this fight. A huge yacht, you know what I mean? And he doesn't need the money. He doesn't really need to fight. Like when you seen him in his last fight with Justin, he came out and it's almost giving zero if it goes 1 round or 5 or 3, whatever it was. Like he goes out there and is just ferocious. He was fighting well. He was landing. Another thing I should point out, I feel the 155-pound Dustin takes a better shot because a lot was shown to me when Conor landed early on Dustin, and Dustin ate him, and he was fine, and he was in there. I think one of them looked like it hurt him a little, but then he started actually countering and pointing back at him, having fun in there. Conor was about business in there, but he did not look like he was having as much as Dustin sitting there smiling at him, pointing at him, talking to him in there. I mean, when they were hitting each other with shoulder bumps.
Yeah, that was great. Because
yeah. It made me feel like, man, I felt early like, man, I think this is going to be, the longer it goes, it's going to be Dustin's fight.
Michael Chandler on his Instagram Live speaks on why it took him so long to come to the UFC.
This is a good question. Why did it take so long for me to go to the UFC? Well, number one, let me change your choice of words. It didn't take me long to get to the UFC. It took me a long time to go to the UFC. I had an opportunity 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and 8 years ago to go to the UFC, but I always chose to stay with Bellator for various reasons, not the least of which was the fact that I was being taken care of well. I was the face of the franchise, the face of the organization. That didn't mean that I didn't want to fight for the UFC. I told Dana White that in our phone call, that it wasn't because I had not fought for the UFC because I didn't want to. It just never really worked out that way. There was always some kind of weird thing going on with the lightweight division. Conor was off doing boxing matches. There was somewhat of a logjam. At this point in time, it felt so right for me to go to the UFC at this point. So that's why I did it. But once again, it wasn't that I needed to get to the UFC. It's that I decided to go to the UFC.
We're here at Kessler's Wellness Center.
Let's go.
There he is. Hey. And now we're working with the Winback. The Winback is revolutionary with new stuff that you guys didn't even be ready for. We're years ahead of you guys. When you catch up, let me know. I'm gonna leave this shit alone. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave this alone. But I love being an MMA fighter. You know what I love about being an MMA fighter? You can walk in any gym. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys, what's up? Hey, can I get some sparring? And they'll get down with you. It can be big, it can be small. Somebody's gonna work out with you. They'll figure it out. You know, like, we just cool like that. But boxing be the funniest ever. I swear to God, to be having the most excuses in the world. Like, well, I'll spar you with you today, but I left my gloves back at home, and I'll bring my gloves on Friday, and if I can see you on Wednesday, we can set up a meeting before and talk. Like, get the f out of here with all these excuses and shit. These people acting weird. Even Mayweather, like, this is so funny. Like, well, the gloves gotta be horsehair, or it's gotta be this. Like, this is what you do. You're best at punching. This is what you've been doing for all your life. What the f you worry about the gloves for? Does it matter? Scary ass. I swear to God, you know, you're so weird.
Let's talk. I know you. I know you. I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna try to grapple. You think that all black guys is gonna try to come out there and stand up. But not me. I'm not like every other black dude. I come fully equipped, bro. Ask Thiago, ask any other dude that's ever touched the mat with me. I'm gonna wrestle, I can grapple, and strike, okay? So don't even try to come in with that.
I love when Muslim send me their new creations. Ultra gold. It's tight. You can feel it. Oh, it's Greek. Oh, 0 sugar per can. I love that. Y'all take a picture of that so y'all can read that. It's cool.